I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you a very unique example of converting or finding measurements. When given 3D measurements, we need to find 2D measurements. That's the kind of example which we are going to discuss here. So let us consider with a cylinder, right? So let me make a cylinder. Let's say we roll this paper and then we make a cylinder out of it, kind of like this. I'm saying rolling the paper because it helps me to explain the concept, right? So let's say, so this is the cylinder which we form. Now the idea here is that let us say we know the volume of this cylinder. Let's say we are given the volume of this cylinder. Let it be some value. Let's say 1000 centimeter cube. Okay. So let us say the volume is 1000 centimeter cube. So that's the volume for this particular cylinder. What we need to find, and let's say we know the height also. Let's say this is the height for the cylinder, and let's say we have height of the cylinder as let's take simple values. Let's say 10 centimeters. Okay. So let's say we have a cylinder with the height of 10 centimeters. Now, whose volume is 1000 centimeter cube. We are saying height equals to 10 centimeter. Now, if you draw a net of this cylinder, that is to say that if you cut it open and spread it on this piece of paper, how will it look like? So we have these two top leads. Let's say, let me just color them differently. So let's say these are top and bottom leads, right? So these are those circles. When you cut it open, and then this lateral part will kind of spread like a rectangle, right? So let us say when you cut it open, you get something like this. Okay. You get something like this, where these circles, when you put them on the side, you may have a circle here and a circle this. So this is, let's say, the top portion, and let's say this is the bottom portion, right? Now the question for us is, so this is called the net, right? So when you open up, we get, this is 3D figure, and that is the net for the given cylinder. Now the question here is, you need to find area of rectangle in this net which I've drawn here, right? So you have to find area of this net. That is to say that you have to find what is the area of this rectangular piece. That is the question for you. How do you find that? Well, the question could have been also to find the area of the circles, right? Could have been, but that's kind of simpler. Once you find the radius, pi r square, you know, is the area of the circles, right? Okay. So now the question is to find the area of the net. How do you do that? Well, if you analyze, then this height will be same as this particular length, right? So we'll have 10 centimeters on this side. Now the question is, what is this width? What is this width equals to? Now if you see this, if I cut it open kind of like this, then it will kind of roll out from here. So the length of the width, or the width, will be same as the circular path or the circumference. So this basically is width, which is equals to circumference. Is it okay? So this width is the circumference of your top or bottom part. Once you get the circumference, multiply by the length, which is already given to you as a height, you get the area of the rectangular piece, right? So I hope you understand the concept. So that is the concept. So let's figure out what is the radius. To find the circumference, we need to find the radius, r. right? We know volume. Volume formula for a cylinder is pi r square, which is area of the base, pi r square, times height, area of the base times height. Now, volume is given to us as 1000. We have 1000 here, equals to pi r square. So pi r square times 10. So from here we can find the radius. So we divide by, so we have 1000, divide by 10 pi, gives us radius square. And radius will be equals to, so when you divide, it will be 100 over pi square root. Is that okay? 10 cancels. So the radius is always positive, so we have taken the positive root for r, which is square root of 100 over pi. So what we get here is the radius. Right? To find the circumference, we know circumference is, let's use another ring. What is circumference? Is 2 pi r. Is it okay? That's the formula. I mean 2 pi r, right? Let's write clear, right? So in this case, circumference would be 2 pi times the radius, which is square root of 100 over pi. Okay. So that becomes the circumference. So this is the circumference. You can always use calculator to calculate this answer. Now what is the area of the net? So now that circumference which you're talking about will be 2 pi square root of 100 is 10. I could have written 10 over square root pi here in this case, right? Okay, no problems. And so simplifying this 100 square root is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. So we get 20 square root pi as the circumference. Is that okay? So that is the circumference for us. This circumference is actually the width of the rectangle. So this is the width. We know the length is 10 centimeters, and therefore area of this rectangular piece is equals to 10 times 20 square root pi, or is equals to 200 square root pi. Do you see that? So that becomes the answer, and area of course will be in centimeters square. You can always use the calculator to find the answer. So it is 200 times square root of pi, let me write 3.14, right? Which is equals to, in decimals, 354.4, okay? So that becomes the area for the given question, right? So that is centimeter square. I hope you understand the method in this case, right? It was kind of easier to find area of these circles. You can see from volume pi r square h. If I say area of these circles, then simply ratio of volume and height, which is 100 in this case. So area of these two circles is 100. Okay, so let me say that. So what we also note here is that the area of each circle equals to volume divided by height. Is that okay? Which in this case was 100. So that was simple. Now the idea was to find the area of the rectangle, which is also treated as lateral area. So in our question we actually found lateral area of a cylinder, right? So that is the method to find lateral area of a cylinder. I hope you find it useful. I'm Anil Kumar. You can always share and subscribe to my videos. Thank you and all the best.